These are my top 5 all-time favorite sci-fi fantasy books. I do have a twist for this video. There is only one book per author, so a little bit harder for me. These are also in no particular order. I have struggled picking a top 5, so there is no chance of me ranking them. First up, we have the first book in the Farseer trilogy by Robin Hobb, which is Assassin's Apprentice. This book is the very first book in her grander world known as the Realm of the Elderlings. This was so good. This got me really back into fantasy. It came at a time where I was playing World of Warcraft, and it kind of gave those slow World of Warcraft classic vibes, you know what I mean? Like, it's first person, your main character Fitz is kind of growing, it's a coming of age story, it's very progressional, which is similar to what World of Warcraft is. And he's doing small menial things, like he's going down to certain areas, he's getting certain things that are just like tiny little things. And that's what you do in World of Warcraft Classic, especially when you start off. And I don't know about you, but I have Buckkeep and Stormwind completely connected in my head. Like, when I think of one, I think of the other. And then we have The Dragon Republic by R.F. Kuang. I bet 99% of you were expecting me to put Babel by R.F. Kuang. I do consider that book fantasy, but I feel like this is more fantasy. This is more epic fantasy kind of thing, so I've decided to go for this one. I do think they were on par for me. This book was so good. The characters as a cast peaked 100% in The Dragon Republic, and I think the storyline and the plot in this book was the one I was most interested in across the whole trilogy. Then we have Empire of Silence by Christopher Rocchio. This is Sunny at book 1. There is something about this book, mainly because it was my first sci-fi book, that really grasped me. This book broke me. But it broke me in a good way because it made me want so much more sci-fi literature. Hadrian was an absolutely amazing character. The side cast really grew. You felt the development of the whole universe as well as the characters alongside the storyline. And it was me finding out how much I love a Colosseum or arena trope within fantasy sci-fi. Moving on, we have Blood Over Brighthaven by M.L. Wong. I know this is kind of cheating because I've only read one book of hers, but it goes to show how good of a book this is that it's made it into my top 5, even though I've only read one of her books. I know I need to read Sword of Kaigan. I'm just scared to read it. I can't lie. This book was so good. Their magic system is completely unique. It does give those kind of steampunk vibes. So it's very isolated within this one city. So it's really easy to get a grasp of. And the storyline was absolutely spectacular. This is a dark academia trope done completely differently to what you've read before. And then finally, I've been saving it. My Brandon Sanderson pick is Words of Radiance. I bet 90% of you were waiting for Mistborn to turn around, but I think this book is slightly better. I do think this book is better, a lot of it because I was a lot more invested in the world, because it's a 5-book series rather than just a 3-book series. Knowing I was this attached to these characters in this world and I was only on book 2 of 5 was something that really excited me because I knew how long I'd still be with these characters. But I can't lie, the decision between this and Mistborn was really close. So those are my top 5 sci-fi fantasy books of all time. Again, like I said, the caveat in this was that I could only have one book per author because otherwise there'd be like 2 or 3 Brandon Sandersons on here, I'm pretty sure. There are some authors like Robert Jordan who I want to give a shout out to that could have made this list on another day, but I was just leaning towards some of these other books. Let me know your top 5 sci-fi fantasy books of all time if you can. See if you can stick to what I did and only do one book per author. And make sure to like, make sure to follow, and happy goddamn reading.